everybody! Welcome to the stream slash recording slash whatever this is.
Hello from the past.
The
Hello,
past.
future us.
Hello, everybody. It's lovely to see you. Today we are going to be playing some Terminus. Thank you so much for wanting us to play this again, and just being so kind for our game this entire year. It has been an absolutely lovely year of you guys wanting to play this game and be excited about it. So here at the end of our 2024 year, the first year of Breitbart, we are going to be playing some Terminus in the Como Park Zoo.
Yeah.
It kind of looks abandoned already, but that's because it's winter.
Yeah,
so
some of the animals are gone, so it's frankly perfect for the vibe.
Yes, yeah. All of the flamingos are inside because there's snow on the ground.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, everyone.
The water is all gone, and
Yeah.
it's not even the usual like 2.5 flocks of ducks that are hanging out with the flamingos here. Although we do have something pink at least.
That's
So-
me. So yeah, we're gonna be playing some Terminus. I don't know. It's Terminus is a game where we just kind of wander around and like notice cool things. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So join us on this journey. Good. I literally just zoomed in on the turtle, so I'm glad that you decided. This is a Galapagos turtle. Fun fact about this turtle: this is an actual statue of a real turtle that used to be a thing, and kids used to be able to ride them.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
I know, right?
That's so cute.
I love that we're going to a place that I know a lot about because I can actually have some nice insight.
It's gonna make the game of Terminus that we play very, very interesting.
I know, right?
Alright, so what's their name again?
I think it's Galapa, but I'm not entirely sure. Another cool thing that I think would be very good for this game of Terminus about the Como Zoo is these. This is the old zoological building before this lovely zoo became huge. This is where they kept the animals in this zoological building. And as you can see, it's very sad for them. I'm very glad that they're not here anymore.
I mean, like, when I look at these cages, it kind of makes me think of, like, the old circus bits, in which the sad animals are in, like, big cages with iron bars, because that's kind of exactly what we did.
Yeah, it's very circusy. Another visitor favorite from the 1950s era was Toby the Galapagos tortoise. Many school children rode on Toby's back during their visits to Como Zoo, wander throughout the zoological building and zoo grounds. Toby moved to the Honolulu Zoo in 1974, where he lives today. Toby has been immortalized at Como Zoo with a bronze sculpture on Donor Plaza and has been a favorite attraction for family photos. This is Donor Plaza. Because unlike other zoos, this zoo is completely run on donations. Which you can technically get into the zoo for free. But it's always nice to leave a little donation for them. We gave them $10 today.
We have to feed the polar bears.
We gotta feed the polar bears. I can't wait for you all to go see them. I assume they'd be outside today, but they might not be. The polar bears at this zoo are very lazy.
It is approaching polar bear weather.
Yes.
So we do have that going for us.
Yes.
It's still far warmer than they would like.
Yeah.
But
It's 40 degrees.
I want to appreciate the
All of the
different-
donations?
Yeah, the donor stones.
Oh, look at these little donor stones.
You know, the hearts caught my eye. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make a note of those.
Yeah, make a note of them. All the lovely people that make this the Minnesota Lottery. Thank you, Minnesota Lottery, for making me have a childhood zoo. Man, this is just such an aesthetic shot. I think this entire stream is just going to be aesthetic John shots.
I'm okay with that. This is like I will say this is like the perfect element for me. Because my winter outfit is very aesthetic.
Yeah.
I also it's golden hour.
It is golden hour.
3:00 p.m. because it's winter in Minnesota. Probably have to speak up a bit.
Yep. Also, welcome to the Como Harbor. This is a brand new addition to the Como Zoo. There was just a Sparky show happening. Sparky is the mascot of this zoo. We have a sea lion named Sparky. He's lovely. We've had many sea lions named Sparky, let's be honest.
There's a lot of statues of Sparky.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to make note of at least one of those for Terminus.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Sparky statues. The fun thing about St. Paul and Minneapolis is that we have this thing where like we make statues of like things that are like about our city, our cities, and we have local artists decorate them. So I think it was last year or a few years ago when this thing was like finally. When this new amphitheater and sea lion habitat was finally instated into the zoo, they made a celebration by making, a bunch of Sparky statues, and had a bunch of local artists paint them. So it was very cool.
Care for the ice.
Yeah, be careful. Don't step on the ice. Every summer they put them all around parks in Minneapolis. And in St. Paul, we have statues of the Peanuts gang.
One of the things that I was thinking about for just independent of this, the ice reminded me of it, is that those old like 6-word horror stories. Minnesota's version is just they didn't see the black ice.
Oh God, that is a horror story. Also, look over here. I just want to show you guys. This is just one of my it's just a cute little like pier and harbor. It's so cute. But look at all the place for the seals and the sea lions to be. It's so cute. They did such a good job. Welcome to the garden safari area and the polar bear exhibit over here. Okay, no polar bears are outside right now. At least on this side. They might be on the other side. Yeah. They have a very big habitat, these polar bears. Welcome to the Polar Bear Odyssey. I have no idea if this is catching us. I think it is.
I really hope I can see the camera lens, which would hopefully indicate that we're being caught on camera.
Oh look, there's me. Hello. There they are. They're right there. They're sleeping. They're EB. Look at them. EB boys. There's also a bird.
Wait, you guys. You guys just right here.
Oh my God.
Hello, bird.
He's just hanging out.
He's just hanging out. Oh, there's 2 of them.
3.
Oh my God. Vibing.
It's nice and warm.
Also, I will just say, there's this little enclosure that kids can crawl into. It's very cute. Yes. Oh yeah. Continual aesthetic John photos. I know I don't technically have to have this one be one long video, but I just find it easier.
Yeah, it is kind of. And Matt can always cut wherever he wants to.
Yeah.
Wherever he wants to cut. So.
Yeah. Look at our boys. Look at the buffalo. Or bison.
Good boys.
I think they're bison. Buffalo are bigger. Oh, the lion is having a talk.
Oh, we gotta go hang out.
I gotta go say hi to the lion.
I'm gonna make a note about the bison, and I'm gonna make a note about the lion sounds.
Yes.
Because I think they're both interesting, and I don't know how they're gonna play into the game.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll find out.
We will find the little foxies.
Oh yeah.
It's Arctic fox time.
I know, it is. Oh, it is Arctic. Oh, they'll be all white.
Yeah, I know, they'll be all white and cute and fluffy.
I remember when I came here with you for the first time in the spring of like 21 or 22.
Yeah.
We got to see them like running around with zoomies and playing with each other. It was so fucking
I know, they're so cute. All right, this is the big cats area. Welcome to the big cat area. Where is the lion and why is he yelling? Well, he's not yelling anymore, but he was. There he is. Oh, there's one of them.
Oh,
There's one of them. Nah, I don't think so. She usually is done with her husband's shit. Hello. This is the lady lion. She always hangs out on a non-wet or non-snowy area and is generally done with her husband's shit.
Where he is, who knows?
I think he's over by the door. That's usually where he's like crying and screaming. He's like a cat. Like a real actual cat.
I was just gonna say he kind of reminds me of Dandelion in that way. He's big and orange and he stands at a door and screams for food.
Yeah.
Or to be let out.
Pretty much. That's pretty much his vibe.
I haven't there.
Oh, nice. About Como lions.
I know
Mumford. Oh, his name is Mumford. And Maji are a match. Any cubs that are born here will grow up at Como and then move to other zoos to pair with other African lions. This is known as a species survival plan and will ensure that African lions are around for future generations. Hooray! There she is. Hi, lady. Hi, Maji. Where's your where's Mumford? Why is Mumford screaming? Hello? She looking at us. Everybody say hi. Everybody say hi to Maji. Hi, Maji. Okay, where's Mumford? Mumford, do some screams.
There he is.
Hi, Mumford.
He's standing and staring into the corner.
Yep,
He's brooding.
he is brooding. Do some yells. Ask everybody for food. Because that's definitely what you're asking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the folks who...
Because the zoo usually closes at 4, so it's almost 3, and so he's like so close to food time.
Yeah, and food.
Hi, Mumford. Oh, I need to zoom out.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Mumford.
He's posing.
Yeah, this is the lion exhibit, and now we're gonna go to the rest of the large cats. Snow leopard is in this enclosure. It's probably above. It's probably. Oh no, it's right there. Oh, it's sleeping. Oh, it's beeping. Hi. Oh, it's beeping. It's just their paws are huge.
Yeah. Little murder mittens.
Little murder mittens. Door. She's beeping.
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh, you see the big paws.
You see the big... Oh my god. Shrimping with the big paws. Does make very good pills.
That's good. Welcome to Big Cat Trail. Here's what a domestic cat's paw is. Child, adult,
An adult hand.
age 40, and then tiger. Look at them. Oh look, there's John. Yeah, I did a zoom in.
The mouse gonna be? Like, is that what she's quite enthusiastic.
Can he hear us? Do you think?
Probably a bit, yeah. I suppose 24 fingers, absolutely.
Is it gonna be a case where like? Is it gonna be a case where since he can't see, like all of his other senses are gonna be?
Exciting.
Oh, is it?
The only time that really happens is in here.
I'm gonna go over here so I'm not just looking at the kitty. looking at the little kid, being like, "Hi, little human. Hi, little human."
It's just so interesting, like the way that they emote, because like I've been watching them react. It's like watching a cat react to a person, but
Yeah.
big.
I know. He's so cute. Yet another aesthetic shot of John.
I just thought seeing the little walkways that it had
Mm-hmm.
like worn down with its feet were interesting.
Yeah. Very, very aesthetic.
Especially when you're dealing with like snow and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see the places where it's walked so much that the ground has like worn down a little bit.
Yep.
I've definitely seen them out and pacing before when I've been here.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of times when I see Mr. Tiger, he's either playing in the water or he is zonked the heck out somewhere around the edge under some bushes.
Yeah.
His ideal state, frankly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. There is a baby giraffe here.
Baby giraffe.
I forgot. Yeah, they made a new giraffe was born. Foxies.
Oh, he's just a little orb.
Little foxies. Oh my god. Look at the foxies.
That one right there. I think
Foxies.
that is a fox on the left there, and he is just curled
Yes.
up as a little ball.
Oh. There. Yep, that's a fox.
Yep. He's
Look
just
at his little eye. Oh my god. And then there's one right there.
They're so cute.
Hi, little guy.
So
And then there's one right there.
in the summer, they're kind of like they're not.
It doesn't eat. I'm not filming it.
Again, the first time that I came here with Bree, I think they had just recently eaten, and so they were all very excited and playing.
Mm-hmm.
And like hearing them run around after each other, like chirping and squeaking was very cute.
They will. Oh, so good. And then there's sheep over here. Shep. Longhorn Shep.
Definitely.
Hi, guys. And there's the bison in the background. Bison. Also, the enclosure in between the sheep and the bison is usually like reindeer, but they might not be hanging out right now. This entire Terminus stream is just gonna be really aesthetic shots of John.
They have their summer coats, and so they're kind of like brown and much less poofy, and they're more scrungly.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just regular looking little guys.
Mhm.
And then when you come here in the winter, you see them like big and poofy and white. It's so cute.
they're
It's
so
just, like,
cute.
they're like little clouds.
Mm-hmm. Look at them. Hello, little guy.
Arctic foxes are, I think, my favorite. Arctic foxes and snow leopards are my two favorite animals. We have both of them here at the zoo.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we like we like Arctic animals here because they can survive in the winter, which is a lot of our climate.
Not that near over the little guy who's taking a nap up there.
Yeah. There you are. There he is. Oh. This could be National Geographic.
I've never seen an Arctic fox not in their natural environment.
Not in their natural environment. I mean, it's kind of they're in a zoo, but it is the kind of climate that they're usually in. They're usually in colder climates still, but
They're so unbelievably fluffy.
they're so cute. I need for some reason there to be a... Oh, he's laying down now. Oh, little Jan. Adorable. Adorable.
He's got his little spot that he naps all the time. You can see his
Yeah,
little...
yeah. There's no snow there.
That was one of my notes.
Cute.
Yeah. They're so good.
They're so good. All right, let's see if we can see the giraffe baby.
And then I think we'll have a pretty good walk under our belts. So.
Yeah. been about 40 minutes. But not too bad.
It's a good time of day for this kind of thing.
Alright, there's going to be a lot of people in here, so we're going to be real quiet. But hopefully we'll get to see a baby giraffe, so everybody be cool.
Yeah, let me run in and see if baby giraffe is in there.
Okay, I'll wait here.
I'm pretty sure that is baby giraffe.
Yes! Yes!
They're like teenage giraffe.
Oh. Oh no, it's an even baby or baby giraffe that I'm looking for, but it's also good. They had a baby in September.
Oh, so we're talking like baby. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Giraffe. Zebra. Zebra. There should also be like turtles and lizards in here. Oh. He's taking notes. Turtle. Little guy.
He's just kind of burrowed in there.
I know. He's so cute. He's a pancake tortoise. Aptly named, sir. They had a community poll to have people to vote for what the baby giraffe's name. Look at the cute little baby zebra.
Yeah, that's knowing. I'm glad that it contains the community, because that's the kind of thing where you're asking to get the name like Bodie McBoatface.
Oh no, they had like a poll of names. It was a choose your. It wasn't like make.
It wasn't submit.
It wasn't
your own
submit a
name.
name. They had a poll of names that you could choose from.
So you don't wind up with somebody being like, haha, we should name the baby giraffe Beavis Lord.
Yes, no. No, they didn't submit names. That would be silly.
Made it.
Absolutely adorable.
Over here in the summer, this is Como Town, which is a small amusement park for chillins, and it's only open in the summer. And now we're coming over to Gorilla Town, or Gorilla Forest, sorry. My favorite part because of apes. And I know a lot about apes. And anytime I come here, I do a TED Talk on apes to anyone that comes with me. And usually it's a lot of the same people, so they've heard it all before.
There's new tidbits every single time, which is the nice part about it, because you know so much about monkeys and apes that, like, you can't fit it all into one, like, 6 or 7 minute TED Talk.
That's fair.
So, like, we get different pieces of information every single time.
That's fair. That is very, very fair. There is a lot about them.
I was hearing about it too.
Well, I'm glad.
It's a good refresher for me, and it's just like it's fun topic. It's a perpetually fun topic of conversation. You see these little guys, like you see the big ones, and you're like, wow, we're related to that. Or the little guys, and you're like,
We're related to that.
we're related to that.
Are any of our lovely bachelor males out and about?
I think the Bachelor. Ooh, is that one down there? Or is that a crate?
That's a crate.
Yeah, it's a crate.
I don't see any bachelors out today. Let's see, there's another wing. See if they're out. I wouldn't expect them to be outside. but it could be. It's a little chilly for them. I don't think they're outside. Cause yeah, it's a lowland gorilla, so they're not mountain gorillas. I don't see them. There you are. They're in the crevasse.
They like to hang out down there.
Mm-hmm. In the crevasse. Not a lot of apes are out and about today. Just looks like this is either the young male that was a baby and is maybe not a baby anymore. It's been like 10 years, but they have a developmental cycle a little bit faster than humans, but not that fast. Or this could be a one of the females. It's definitely not the prime male of the tribe. Because he'd be very, very big.
It's a fascinating thing that happens with.
Oh, there. No, he's over there. See, there's the baby. That's the baby.
They're kind of just in a big cuddle bundle back there.
And see this guy over here that's behind things. That's the papa. He's big. They're just, like always, waiting for food. It's getting to that time.
Yeah, it is that time of day where everybody's hungry and they know where the food comes from, so they go hang out over there.
Yeah. Oh! Hi, friendo. Hi, buddy. Lovely little Patus monkey.
Ooh, look at him go.
There's also a Patus monkey up there. Patus monkey, Patus monkey. Patus monkey.
He was like, oh, I'll just grab that bread. Nope, that's an egg.
Nope, that's a painting. Mm-hmm.
See the sloths too? There's one sloth here, and there's another one. You can see the other one crouched down back in the little crevice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
And the white-faced sakis that you're seeing, this is actually one family of them.
Mm-hmm.
The one down here, the black one with the pronounced white face,
Mm-hmm.
that's the dad. His name is Milton.
That's a good name.
That is a good name.
The other, so the one down over here, you can see a little bit better. But, oh no, she just moved.
Well,
She does.
they're always
There's
moving.
another one that's the daughter, and her name is Sterling, and the one you guys saw where there's the one on the other one's back.
Yeah, the backpack.
That's the mom, Patty, and then little baby Peanut.
Oh,
That's
Peanut.
a good name.
Sloth. Poking his nose out. Hello. Hi, buddy.
All of the media stereotypes about sloths are
True.
on point.
Yep.
They're very slow. Very deliberate.
Cute. All right. That was the monkey house. Little ape house. Gorilla forest. I don't know.
I was sad our little mustachioed friends were not there.
I know. I love the little mustachioed boys.
They're so dapper.
They're so dapper. Wow. Let's go out and do you want to keep going or do you want to go out in the front and end our little walkabout?
Why don't we pump out the front and we can end our little walk?
All right. I think there's one last place that I want to go.
Yeah, there is. Are we thinking of the garden over there?
No, that's not available. Okay. Because it's winter.
Oh,
No, the Japanese garden isn't available because it's winter.
Okay.
And they're also, it's been closed for a long time because they need to renovate the path.
Okay.
But the place that I want to go is the carousel.
I was gonna say, we can't leave here without me making a note about the carousel.
No. Carousel is a staple.
And definitely not haunted.
Definitely not haunted, Ray. Goodness gracious.
Definitely not.
But there is also some really cool like we could do a whole other stream or a whole other series just walking around the entirety of the Como Zoo. Because there's also the conservatory, which is that. And then on the other side there's the Japanese garden. And also every year, one of the sister city to St. Paul, which is where Como Zoo is in Japan. So they have a Japanese festival for a lantern festival every year, which I went to this year, and it was super, super fun.
Yeah, I definitely want to go next year. And I would love to do another game of Terminus or something next summer where we can kick around the Japanese garden.
Yeah. But here we go. This is the Cafe Gian's Carousel. This historic carousel was built in 1914 by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company and is designated as PTC 33. It spent 75 years at the Minnesota State Fair, just 1 mile west of this site. It was rescued at auction in 1988 by the nonprofit group Our Fair Carousel and is at home in this grand pavilion thanks to contributions from the city of St. Paul, Ramsey County, the people of Minnesota, and the generous donor Jared L. Cafe Gian. It's from 1914. Again, we cannot go in it because it is winter.
Yes.
But look at that. It's glittering and beautiful. They keep it super, super polished and renovated. As you can see, there's like there's a little like station outside of it because they've been they're renovating it. They always do repair. They run it in the summer alongside Como Town. And then in the winter and fall months, they renovate it and clean it up and shine it up and stuff. Now this is also a very aesthetic shot because you can see the conservatory behind you in the window.
Oh, hell yeah.
Aesthetic.
The SpongeBob imagination. Aesthetic. Add some little sparkles to it.
Yeah. This is a very cool carousel, and I've only ridden it a few times because it's usually closed, and I never get to come here in the summer, at least as an adult. But look at that. It's beautiful. It's got dragons up there, beautiful horsies. From 1914. Truly a marvel. There they are. They're over in this corner over here. Look at all of them. They go out to a bunch of different parks in the Twin Cities every year. Look at all the Sparkies.
And all hand painted by local artists.
Yep. All hand painted by local artists. We care a lot about local artists and mural work here in the city.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. Some very cool things about a very cool place in our city.
Yeah, absolutely. I adore coming here. It's one of my, like, anytime like friends or family are visiting me up here, I'm like, okay, there's a few key restaurants we must go to.
Yep.
To get the proper, like, visiting the Twin Cities experience. Gotta go to Como Park Zoo and check out the conservatory and everything else.
Yep.
There's so many good parks in this city.
Oh yeah.
So small wonder we wrote this game.
Yeah. That's what I always say, is that like there's so many amazing things to do for free in the Twin Cities, but the food will get you.
The food really will get you.
The food will get you. You can do so many cool things for free. Like you can come to the Como Zoo for free. You can go to the Stone Arch Bridge for free. You can even climb up the Guthrie for free. Like they just let people go up in the Guthrie, which is super, super cool.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful view. You get a beautiful view of like the Stone Arch Bridge, and, like the Mississippi River or Dam. It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. Like so many really cool tourist destinations and tourist things to do in this city, but and you don't have to pay for it. But you do have to pay for the food.
And it is very good.
It's so good.
Really, I think the only city that I've been in that I feel like that has had better food is probably Philly.
Yeah, Philly has some really, really good food. They have a Chinatown. I'm just waiting for, we have like, I think I did see a thing on Instagram that there was like a Hmong village that they're making, so
Yeah.
I should go and check that out.
The Chinatown in Philadelphia is
Right next to the convention center. Yeah.
So one of the days we were at PAX, Brie actually just brought me some char siu bao, and I just about died on the spot. Like,
Yeah, it was great. But
right.
yeah, so I think
it's
that,
about time for us to head back in for part 2. So
Yeah.
when you see us, we will have used the magic of editing and teleportation, which is to say Bree's car, to go to my house to play the back half of the game, where we get to sit down and tell a story about all of the things that we saw today.
yeah, we'll see y'all in a little bit.
Hello, and welcome back.
Hello, everybody.
We have used the magic of teleportation, aka editing, to return to my kitchen table, which is very aesthetic here. I'm gonna tilt up so you can see Bree. Hi, Bree. Yeah, and then swing you back over here so that you can see our play surface, because what's going to be important for this is less about my face and my being aesthetic, and more about the watching the actual play surface. So for a quick summary of how Terminus plays again, it's a ritual storytelling game. So we just did the first part of the game, which is going out and taking our walk at Como Park Zoo and making observations while we were there. And that's the first half of the game. This is the second half. Now, if the weather were nicer, we would have just found a nice, comfortable spot at one of those tables outside that we saw at the end and probably just sat down and played there. Since it's kind of chilly outside, we came back here to do this part, which I highly recommend doing if it's cold where you live part of the year. And so now the next step is to look at the number of observations that we made and draw that many cards out of our tarot deck. So, I should have numbered these when I was making them, but I wasn't thinking about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set this down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. An auspicious number.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we have 13 total events. So, I'm gonna see if I can kind of approximate the shape of our walk through Como here as we draw cards. So we need 13.
Okay.
All right, and I think we'll just assume that this is the entrance that we came in, this end of our little cloth over here. So we have 1. Our first stop was actually the tortoise statue. So we'll just kind of spread outwards from there. And then we went actually like almost right above it to the old cages in the old zoology building. We had also right next to those, we kind of like a lot of like rapid fire things that caught my eye in that first courtyard, because we had the set of hearts that were carved into the pavement. And then a little bit down the road, I have to pull these down just a bit. A little bit down the road, we had the observation that I made was a glass and concrete pool beneath the naked metal struts of a pavilion frame, because they had taken down the frame, like actual cloth that stretched across the pavilion during the summer. We had, following that, the polar bear cages,
and our big polar bear friends. And then my favorite part, one of my favorite parts of the whole walk, we had the lion cries right up here. On the way to them, we had our bison. Over here in the cat enclosure, we had our little friend taking a nap, our napping snow leopard, the shelf. Paths that were kind of like traced in the cat enclosures. We had our little Arctic fox friends. Como Town kind of over here. And then our last one was actually outside, kind of like it would be in terms of like the geography of this, kind of over here, but I think we're gonna set it here. So we start here, and that'll be the order in which we read our spread. All right, so the idea of Terminus is that when you play solo, you're kind of switching roles between two characters. One is the ghost of the place itself, and the other is the last person to visit that place before, you know, the spirit of it, the ghost of it, passes on. And so each of us are going to play one of those roles today, since there are two of us here. I'm going to be playing the visitor, and Bree is going to be playing the place. So we're going to be seeing things in two very different ways. What I, the visitor, am seeing as this place at its end. So anytime I look at one of these observations, I'm going to try and imagine what it would look like after this place has been abandoned. What it looks like after decades, centuries, whatever of play. And when I see those things in whatever increment of time into the future, Bree, the place, will remember the things that have happened. So, and based on the tarot card prompts, we'll use the stuff in the back of the book to kind of imagine what memories the ghost relives as I, the traveler, pass through. And the way that we're, I think, going to be doing this is kind of passing the notebook back and forth, beginning with the observations. So I'll write a little snippet, and then Bree can write a little snippet, and we'll kind of work our way through our observations that way.
All right. If you want to read how the gameplay works for multiplayer.
Yeah, I can read it out real quick. So multiplayer gameplay. Terminus is a game that features two characters, the dying ghost of a place and the last visitor to make a memory within it. When you play alone, you play both of these characters, focusing on the memories of the ghost. When you play with others, each of these characters gets equal attention. The modifications below assume a two-player game. Decide who will play the ghost, Bree, and who will play the visitor, me. Find a place to take a walk, which we have done, and then we have also made our observations, no more than 22 between the two of us. Our next steps here are to find a place, and the first to play here will be the ghost. So the ghost draws a card, places it. Oh no, we've already done it. We've placed our spread.
Yes. It is
already. I skipped the alternating placement of cards between us, but. So, let's see, it would have been ghost, visitor, ghost, visitor, ghost, visitor. So it will be you. You will, in fact, yeah. All right, so you can begin with our first observation.
Okay.
Turn them face up. What do we got?
Ooh, we got the lovers.
Ooh. Oh, that's a fun one.
We're also using a cat deck.
Yeah,
it's very cute.
I thought that would be. I thought that might be a good choice, considering that we went to a zoo today and got to see lots of animals.
Yeah.
All right. So, our prompts for the lovers are a tender attention, a powerful passion, a commitment made, and I think that fits very well with our first one, which is Toby the tortoise statue.
Yeah.
So what I wrote was. They pass the iron and stone of the gates, pausing before a dried concrete pond choked with leaves. Turning, they find a tarnished metal turtle, its head and shell polished even now from years of hands, perhaps children's, running their course over its shell. And what do we think the ghost remembers in this moment?
It's a very good thing. So the lovers is
The lovers is about tender attention, commitment, or passion.
Okay. I think it's probably that the place remembers when the turtle was there. Like when when Toby was actually roaming around and getting the love that they deserve from all of the children, and having a time and bringing life to the old places of the old places of the zoo before the zoo got as much attention and care that it deserved. Because Toby was only there for a short time, but was one of the very happy things in a place that was full of cages and things like that. I'm not as pretty as a prose as you.
I mean, that is my whole deal.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you turned the first one.
Yep.
This one? All right. So the next one would be me.
Maybe the cages.
Oh, we have the
hanged cat.
The hanged cat.
Okay, so that was my phone. Got the hanged, which is a personal sacrifice, a faith rewarded, and a moment of serenity, which is very interesting since that is the old cages and zoological place that was in the 1950s of the zoo that is still there as a remembrance of where the zoo came from.
I imagine almost looking at the building, like the visitor turning from where the turtle was, because I know y'all have also seen the courtyard that it was in. I imagine turning and seeing it, and I imagine some of those have probably rusted or warped over the years from freezes, thaws, whatever. And maybe even we still have even if some of the letters have fallen off, you can see the difference in color on the stone of the building. Where it says Zoological Society, and I think there's I think there's a moment of quiet contemplation for the visitor, looking between the difference of this low claustrophobic building and these small uniform cages and the open spaces behind them, the one they just walked past.
There's also something to be said that the fact that that old building is now they're it's for the staff. It's the staff quarters and offices. So it's even the old stuff that is showing how far it has come is still being used to this day, and nothing is they're not letting anything sit condemned. Which is very interesting.
Yeah, I think the difference between what the visitor sees and what the ghost remembers is particularly poignant here, because with the visitor lacks this context. They just see a building with cages on the outside.
Yep.
And the ghost in this instance, I feel is remembering when that was the norm, and now almost as though this building is situated at the entrance.
Yeah.
It sits and looks out over what the zoo is now.
Yeah, and the ghost sees just how far the place has come and remembers what it was like when there wasn't a lot of funding and a lot of love put into the zoo, and then now or in the future that so much happened and so much love and care had been put into the place, and just seeing the transition between that timeline of cages of tiny cages for animals, and then large habitats for all the other ones. Okay.
All right, and then I think as we turn to leave. Oh, this is you.
Yep.
As we turn to leave, I think. Justice is such
Yeah,
an
we see
interesting
Justice.
draw for this particular one, because this is the stone that had two hearts on it, and
Yeah.
I imagine like this barely catches the visitor's attention. I think they feel like probably they've lingered here too long.
And this it is an impartial decision, a hard truth, and a personal responsibility.
So I think probably the way that this plays out is the visitor like probably like their shoe catches or something on like a large misplaced stone that was like that were arranged around the smaller cobblestones in this courtyard, and where perhaps they maybe catch the hearts, but we, the audience from the camera, can see that their step has uncovered the words love, forever and always, and a now faded name.
Oh. And I think justice is such an interesting card for this, because the a personal responsibility and a hard truth is like such an interesting way to view the commemorative stones there, because those stones are all about thanking and commemorating all of the people that helped bring the zoo into what it is today. And so having them be sort of harder to see and worn as the visitor gets there, but the ghost definitely remembers each and every person that loved that space and gave a part of their own responsibility, and the sense of responsibility that each person came and had to create the space that the visitor is traversing in.
There's power in the names carved in the stones and the intention behind those, and not just that, but all this time that the visitor has lingered here, I feel like tracing a path that so many have taken through here before, drawn to the turtle, to the old cages, to reading the stones. And I imagine for a moment, though this place is cold, empty, now it is in the ghost's memory, filled with all of the things that made it feel alive in its youth.
Yeah, that's your card.
It is mine. All right, I'm tearing up.
Oh. Oh.
All right, the next one was a glass and concrete pool beneath the naked metal struts of a pavilion frame. The
This
card
one's the Wheel of Fortune.
we have so much major arcana.
There's a lot of feelings about the Como Zoo. A wealth of experience, a stable foothold, a challenge faced.
I think I think probably the metal struts sticking out of the ground are what catch the visitor's eye first. But I think as they walk in here, the pool isn't fed by any kind of natural water, so it would probably be empty at this point. The kind of thick glass around it questionably intact. I like to think it is, mostly because that stuff is indestructible.
Yeah.
Short of those sea lions learning how to use sledgehammers. But I think the ghost's memory, I feel is a little bit infectious. It's the two of them alone here, and whether or not the visitor realizes it, I think that for a moment they become lost imagining what this place looked like before. I think they see this for what it is. Oh, I've seen these before, where it's a place of training, and for little shows and stuff like that. And for a moment, I think they sit and they envision all of the little challenges, jump through the hoop or roll over, or do it all of the little behaviors that they have the animals model, whether they're for veterinary or just for fun.
Yeah. and I think that in term for the Wheel of Fortune to like a stable foothold, I think that I think the ghost remembers the Sparky show and the fact that it was like such a big deal, like early, like it was a very big deal for that place, and that it had constantly gone through an ebbed and flowed like of importance based on like the funding that it had, and then remembering exactly when this like amphitheater was built and the like how stable it felt that like the thing that everyone knew about this place was coming back and better than ever, I think.
Yeah, I like that. All right. The next card that we draw for here is the Ace. The next card is the Ace of Cups for the polar bear cages. So I imagine at this point, what is the Ace of Cups about?
Let's see. It says a beautiful novelty, a radiant positivity, and a receptive mood.
A receptive mood, a radiant positivity.
Radiant positivity and a beautiful novelty.
I think the visitor steps in here inside the building where we went to see the actual polar bears, and I think they, I think their gaze is probably drawn immediately to the big ice thing for kids to crawl through.
Yep.
Still in the middle of the room, old, dusty. Nobody's been in here in ages, but I think immediately, especially on the heels of thinking about what the Sparky shows might have looked like, I think they just smile, imagining like people like kids crawling through there and parents chasing them, while others like look at whatever must have been kept in the room behind it, something presumably like quite large and perhaps a bit dangerous given the
how
given
big those cages are.
How big and how sturdy those cages are, and the fact that the room is 2 stories tall and the cage is only like 1.5.
Yeah. I think what the ghost remembers about this place is the fact that the polar bears that lived there, it remembers that it was a huge deal that they got polar bears into the Como Zoo, because that only happened in real life, that only happened like in the mid 2000s, so that was like a kind of a big deal for everybody. And then knowing that was a big deal because the other zoo in Minnesota didn't have polar bears or Arctic animals at all.
The ghost is flexing just a
little bit. The ghost is flexing just a little bit.
You're like, I don't mean to be petty, but...
I had polar bears and it was cool. And then they were also super lazy. Just remembering all of the life that it was able to help live.
I feel like the memory that it fixates on after that little moment of pride is just like the lazy golden sunbeams of like a late winter afternoon falling on a family of napping polar bears. And I feel like that's the kind of like radiance that the visitors kind of almost warm feelings help evoke.
Yeah. All right, that's your card.
That's me. All right. Our next card is the 4 of Swords.
Ooh, it's so cute.
Ooh. This deck is really cute.
The 4 of Swords. A deep exhaustion, an outward focus, a need for relaxation. And what was your note for this one?
My note for this one was a distant cry of a large cat. So I think I don't think the visitor hears like a lion calling in the distance. I imagine that like as they're stepping out of the building, like the wind probably like howls through one of the tunnels nearby. And that's what they hear. But I imagine that there's like leaving that very like the quiet of that, like the quiet, like almost serenity of the moment that they were just in, and stepping back out into the cold and the wind. I think that there's like it's a bit of disparity. Like there's a feeling of, I think, weariness that begins to return to them as they move through the rest, like onto the rest of the zoo.
Yeah. I think the thing that the ghost remembers is focusing on the need for relaxation with the imitation of the lion's cry, and knowing that that specific lion was one that always wanted attention and relaxation, and their needs of calm and serenity met as more than any other animal.
Yeah, and they were particularly loud about
They
it.
were particularly loud about it. All right. This one is the Five of Swords.
All right. The Five of Swords. The observation that I made was just large grazing herbivores, bison, furry and slow, ready for a long winter.
Ooh, okay. And it says a feeling of strength, a moment of frustration, a consequence considered.
I think. I think what the visitor sees probably is that perhaps like these animals escaped after, or like roamed this place at one point after it was abandoned.
And so, like, that's what the feeling of strength to me. Those are large creatures. And
Yeah.
should they put their minds to it, a bison or several bison could probably find their way out of that enclosure.
Oh, yeah.
But I think in terms of a consequence considered, I think the visitor is like on their way from one place to another here. I think they think about stopping to take a rest here, but realize that like they don't have the time or the ability to. Like they can linger, but for the moment they consider doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that the ghost may feel the remember the moments of frustration that often come with large animals not getting what they want, or the frustration of them having to find their way again in the world after their needs were no longer able to be met, and their ability to, and the strength for them to continue to persevere afterwards.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the next one.
I think the next one's technically yours.
Yep.
Reach over here. The Three of Swords. We're just
I know.
all swords.
I just shuffled this deck beforehand, so it might still be a little clumped together, but it's making for an interesting storytelling experience.
Yeah, okay. The Three of Swords is a betrayal of trust, a heart broken, a soul searched.
Interesting.
That's an interesting. I mean, that's going to be an interesting one for the ghost to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Because the note that I made for that one was a fenced-in enclosure with a low stone shelf, the perfect place for a quiet nap. And run the prompts for that one by me again.
A betrayal of trust, a heart broken, and a soul searched.
Interesting. I think what the visitor sees what's there, like a shelf where something could have laid, and perhaps like patches of fur or something like that, perhaps from like an old fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or maybe even actually, I'm gonna draw on a piece of lore that I got from the.
I'm gonna draw on a piece of lore that we got from the
the
zookeeper.
Yeah.
Maybe there's the pane of glass is cracked here.
Yeah.
And so like the visitor, like this very cozy looking spot for like a cat nap, but also like something threw itself against the glass here.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely think that remembering those moments of betrayal and trust broken, like all of the different animals and their different personalities, and some being calm with the idea of being in a zoo, and some desperately wanting to escape, and the pain that the place felt every single time an animal felt as though they weren't comfortable in their living situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, almost as if like it wasn't able to hold up its end of like the sort of like relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Is the next one me or is the next one you?
And the next one is me.
Right.
Yeah, I think they're all stuck together. We got the Two of Swords. All right, 2. A defense raised, a clarity lost, a moment of indecision.
The note that I made for this one was paths traced in neighboring enclosures, many around the edges, though some carved through the frozen dirt, such that like you can see the actual like physical depressions of the of the paths that the animals paced. I think the visitor sees these and feels like a sense of kinship, honestly, with them, like a feeling like, did I hear indecision?
Yes.
Like there's I feel like the visitor feels a sense of kinship with those looking at like the lion enclosure and the tiger enclosure, not knowing what animals lived there, but knowing that they were large enough to leave these ruts in the dirt, and to have traced these paths and borne them down over time, like many footsteps.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a specific memory that is elicited by the ghost, but it does remember the countless monotony of the animals pacing these paths, knowing that this is the depth of where they can go in the world, and knowing that they can see farther in front of them, but can't go any farther than this.
I imagine there's also just like a feeling like the place almost feeling torn, like loving these creatures and wanting to be there to support them, but also like there's a melancholy to it, knowing that in another place they might be better served, able to roam farther. All right, for our final card, I think on their as they depart.
Yeah. We've got the Queen of Cups.
The Queen of Cups. What is the Queen of Cups about?
All right, the Queen of Cups says a comfortable guide, an invitation trusted, an empathetic or creative display. And this is the carousel, right?
Yes, a carousel, hand-painted and brightly lit, with cheerful music at the center of a warmly lit courtyard. Dragons, horses, and sledges all on display inside it. I think almost in the same way that with the polar bear enclosure, like there's a moment of envisioning this place as what it was before this place was abandoned. Thinking about like the warm afternoon light filtering through the windows, the bright, almost too bright carousel lights, like just burning in their sockets, and then the shouts of excited children, the murmur of adults talking at the edges, or perhaps dealing with anxious little ones that are like, oh god, oh, that's a big thing, so much happening. Like I think the visitor like knows they have to move on, but I think they linger in that moment, even now as the paint is chipped, worn, faded. the lights long burnt out, the power gone, but the magic of this place, or remnants of it, still linger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the memory that's evoked for the ghost here is when this carousel was installed, after it was rescued from an auction and lovingly placed to forever remind people of the legacy of the city and the people that lived here. And I think just the pride that it was part of the legacy of a larger community.
A sense of connection,
Mhm.
almost, not just feeling like an island among like other places throughout the city, but
Mhm.
feeling as though like there was care that spanned more than one place, that
Mhm.
was given to it, and that it was able to return in some way.
Yeah, I think that is a good final memory to remind itself of as the visitor leaves.
Yeah, I think turning, like walking away as like the visitor's final memory of this place, and perhaps the final memory, and the ghost's final memory, are both one of, I think, warm reminiscence and recognition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, and that's Terminus.
Yeah. Thank you so much for playing with me, Bree.
Yeah, of course. Thank you all so much for asking us to do this again. We really, really appreciate it. And now we're playing with the full game. A feel beautiful game. We made this year.
It's not a zine that we printed out on your printer
Yeah.
at home on cardstock.
Yeah, and now it's a beautiful book that is in stores in the Twin Cities, as well as online at Indie Press Revolution, that you can go and get it there. And you can go and get your own copy, of course. Shameless plug, but yeah, we made a whole game. That was the highlight of this year for us. And thank you all so much for supporting it and loving it and wanting to have it be part of the world. We really, really enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed watching us do this.
Yeah, no, this was as it I like come way down here, as it always is. This is a pleasure, and I said it a lot around the Kickstarter and stuff, but it was so very like heartwarming to see the reception of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very much looking forward to what we have going on this year.
Yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna be doing another Kickstarter for the thing that we do for Zine Quest. That one. We're gonna be doing another Kickstarter for Zine Quest, featuring art that I'm sure you guys have all seen me draw before. So it'll be very, very exciting. And then we've got I Crave the Loop coming out very soon, the final zine PDF copy that you will be able to get full done with all of the maps and everything. That'll be coming out very, very soon, and more cool things, and hopefully maybe some expansions to Terminus later on in the year. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Bye everybody.
Good night.